Hello and welcome to Taste Buds. I'm Terry Baez. I'm a food critic on the Central Coast. Each week, I share my dining experiences with a partner who I call my taste bud. Now I'm sharing my rarest Epicurean delights with you. Today we're in the picturesque village of Morro Bay. This town is a working port town with a long history of salty dogs, great food, and scenic sunsets. We're going to meet the patriarch, the descendants, that has made this one of the places that is a must-see when you're in Morro Bay. Located right in between San Francisco and LA. So come on in and join us. We're going to the bar first. I hear the rum is awesome. So you're Brandon, and you're the general manager here.
Yes, I am.
And you were born in the kitchen, correct?
I was born in the kitchen. I've been.
And this is the family.
Until they threw me out.
Yeah. Now Lupe is the chef, correct?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
I've been cooking for almost 24 years, I think.
Wow.
Funny thing, I don't eat fish.
You don't eat fish
No.
now, or
No,
you never did?
Never liked it.
No, I never like it.
Don't tell anybody then.
Well, I tell everybody, how can you cook so good at fish and you don't eat it? Like, I just guess.
Really? You are
I'm Travis.
Travis. You're just a bar patron.
That's right.
He's
A little more involved, but that's my brother.
Oh, so you are one of George's offspring.
He is.
Ah.
He is.
You know, it's funny, everybody is reluctant to say that.
I'm not sure the reaction you're going to get, depending on what your relationship with my dad
I
is.
love your dad.
Well, there's 6 of us. So
Oh, there's six of you.
6 boys.
Wow.
And everybody always asks me, how many brothers you have? And I always say, 5 too many.
And Jesse, you're the manager, your manager?
Yeah, man.
Jesse's the manager here on the floor. And so when people get off work here, they can come to the bar and enjoy?
You know, after their shift, they come in, get a beer, a glass of wine, champagne, cocktail.
So around here we have actual caught live huge fishes. And you told me that one's dangerous. That thing bites somebody.
Well, a guy got a great idea, or so he thought.
A rum idea.
Yeah, he wanted to see if he could stuff a napkin in its mouth, and he didn't get his hand out in time. By the time he came
And
back
it
down to the
cut
ground,
him?
Yeah, ripped his arm all the
Because
way up.
it's real shark teeth. Can you imagine going to the hospital? I get bit by a shark. Where? In the bar.
Not in the water, in a bar, hanging from the ceiling.
Hanging from the ceiling. That is awesome.
That's the shark bite.
Shark bite.
Oh, that's good. So it's a margarita with...
It's basically our version of a top shelf margarita, fresh lime juice, topped with cran juice.
Oh, it's cranberry juice. I just
All right,
guessed
that
it.
is the finished product.
All right, and it's called a...
Hurricane George.
Named after George the owner.
George the owner.
That'll get you rolling.
Oh, that's a boat drink.
Right. Don't light a cigarette.
I know, that is really good. So this is like the place to be in Morro Bay.
This is the best.
So how do you become a local here? You have to catch a fish like that, or what constitutes a local? I got goal setting to do here.
Okay.
This is
I think it
my-
depends on the person. It might depend on the personality a little bit, too.
okay,
you know?
so I could
Depending on
probably-
how much money they spend. No, I'm just kidding. Just
okay.
kidding.
So if I come in and buy everybody in the bar a drink,
You're
then
an
I'm a
you're an
closer.
instant local.
There you
Instant
go.
local.
You're a family now.
All right, well, thank you guys. Thank Brandon, you don't have anything to share with.
Well, salud.
Cheers, we're gonna go eat, try some of these fabulous fish that he doesn't eat but cooks really well. Now we get to the taste bud portion of the show. This time we have 2 taste buds because one wasn't enough for the Great American Fish Company. So we have Megan Freeberg, who is a freelance food writer, and Rebecca Rose, who's also a freelance food writer, correct? So tell me where you write for.
I write for a variety of publications here locally, Paso Magazine, Slow Visitor's Guide, a few others, and I'm also the volunteer coordinator for the Central Coast Writers Conference.
Yay! Yeah. And you write for?
I write for the Sun in Santa Maria. I cover all of North Santa Barbara County, so I cover Solvang and San Ynez and Los Olivos, and I get to eat at some of the best restaurants in California and probably the world.
So today we're going to try crab and a few other specialties they have. They literally pull the fish off of the pier and then cook it in the back, and we're going to get a little bit of that. You get to meet George, who's the original salty dog of Morro Bay, so we're pretty excited about that. We had to bring in lots of pretty girls to get George loosened up. Here we come, George. So this is the famous George Leake. He is the owner of the Great American Fish Company, the patriarch. This is Jesse, and Jesse's giving us...
This is a homemade lobster bisque. We make it with our Australian lobster tails.
Awesome.
It's nice and rich and heavy. Nice
Heavy cream?
heavy cream, exactly.
Is it spicy?
No, not spicy at all. Got a nice buttery finish to it, actually. It goes well with the white wine.
Chef that I had down at the Off the Hook was working for me down there, and he was very good at bisques and things. So when he came up here, we went and started doing other things besides our clam chowder. Our clam chowder is fabulous.
That's kind of what you're known for too,
yeah,
right?
it's awesome. Yeah.
Where did that recipe come from?
I believe his parents. Was it your parents or?
You know something, 40 years ago.
Well, just make it up.
Yeah.
It's TV. Just make it up.
I think John Wayne brought it in.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. Perfect answer. Oh my gosh, I just got a chunk of
It's
lobster.
just kind of been in the family a long time. I mean, when my folks moved here in 1952, they bought the oyster business, and they were in the oyster business. And then we branched out into the abalone business. I love the abalone business. We had 33 abalone boats, and
Wow.
we really were.
And so it wasn't for them. They went out and got them.
Yeah, we were harvesting abalone like crazy, and anyway, between the sea otters and the divers, the abalone soon disappeared.
Aw, damn sea otters.
So I woke up one day and there's no abalone.
Now what?
And that 33 abalone boats are worth about a dime on the dollar, and if that. And so I went down to the Harbor Hut, which my father-in-law owned at the time, and I was kidding him around. I said, you know what? I don't know what I'm gonna do now. He says, I know what you're gonna do. I says, what is it? Get behind the bar. In those days, a woman could not tend bar,
Right.
you know? And this lady was the cocktail waitress, and so she had to talk me through every drink. I mean, I didn't even know how to make bourbon and water. And so we started there. And so it came another day when he says, you know what, I'm tired of this business. There's a guy in the bar who wants to buy it. So I says, hey, why don't you give me a little time to see if I can raise some money. I haven't got 2 dimes to rub together. So I went to banker, and naturally most of them fell off their chair laughing. I was sitting at the Harbor Hut one day, and in walks my school friend, Ronnie Stone. What are you doing, Ronnie? He says, you will never guess. And I says, well, what is it? He says, I'm preaching the gospel. I says, what? I mean, Ronnie and I broke windows together. We did a lot of nice things. He says, I'm holding a revival over in Atascadero. I says, I'm going to come over and listen to you. So I did. In between time that day, I had been to a banker, Mr. Glick. I'll never forget his name. And he didn't laugh. He didn't say things. He said, why don't you come back and see me and tomorrow? Naturally, Ronnie did his thing, and after the minister said, go by and shake Ronnie's hand out the door. In other words, slip him a few bucks, guys. And so
they didn't pass around, did they?
I'm going through the line, and there, standing next to Ronnie, was Mr. Glick.
The banker.
Oh, the bank.
So
I
I went into the bank the next day, and he says, you got the money.
Yay!
100 grand. So I went and I gave it to my father, and he says, what'd you do, rob a bank? I've been working for years. I've never seen 100 grand.
This money is ordained.
That's right.
So what do we have here, Jesse?
This here is an ahi salad.
Oh.
We serve with a balsamic vinaigrette.
You sure you got this here?
I promise.
So the ahi thing has to be kind of new for the restaurant, right?
No.
No?
No, we've been doing it for quite a while.
I like
Yeah.
that there's beets in it. I've never seen beets in an ahi salad, but it works perfectly.
All the different flavors. You get, like you said, some heat, some sweetness. It's really good.
Have you ever had anything that you just didn't like that was part of the restaurant that was popular?
Thresher shark.
Uh-huh.
People ask for it all the time. I can't get my brain around it. There's something about it. I've never tried it.
You've never even
and
tried it, but
no.
yeah, it's a thing.
I don't know.
The thresher shark is more like a steak. It's not like a fish. It's meaty. And in the right hands of the right person, it's delicious. How often do you change the menu?
We very seldom change it.
That's what I figured. That's what people love about this is like you can come back 30 years later and get kind of the same thing, right?
Yeah, if something really starts falling off, you know. I've had experts come in and tell me, say, your menu is too big. I says, well, it is quite large. Well, it's too big. I says, okay, how are you going to reduce it? Well, we're going to take off the things you don't sell on it. They'll go through and they say, you sell a little
sell
bit of
everything,
everything.
Yeah.
So I said, yeah, that's my problem. There's nothing to take off.
We'll be right back with more Taste Buds.
A little bit of everything from the sea, we like to say.
Oh my God.
So we have crab, I see salmon.
Yep.
So
They're
Japino's like
ginormous.
a fisherman's stew, right?
Pretty
Like,
much,
it's
yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah. Kind of just gather everything up from the ocean and throw it in a pot.
and
Oh,
so
yeah,
this
there's
is
everything.
every day on the menu or just
Oh
some-
yes, every day.
And so it's kind of a tomato base though, right?
Yes, it is
Yeah.
definitely
The broth is the big secret.
little
And
spice
it's got
into
a-
it.
it's
So
got
it
a
is a
real-
mild spice. It's not overwhelming. So people
Oh,
ask
look at
if it's
that
hot.
scallop.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Holy smokes.
We're going to be serving this with the J-Lo Arroyo Seco Chardonnay today.
Oh my gosh.
It is really a nice subtle broth, but it's very complex. The
Right.
heat is just right at the right level.
What always impresses me about people that can do Japino is all these different fishes cook at different times. And so to put them all together and still have them all cooked correctly is, I think, masterful. So how much has Morro Bay changed since the 80s? In a good way first.
Well, of course, I go back to the 50s.
Right, so how much has it changed? What, 70 years?
What do you mean, 70?
68.
That's impossible. I must have been just
Yeah, you're
a
like
baby.
25, right?
Yeah, but it's changed so gradually. Really, it just kind of sneaks up on you that there's a new motel over there. Or it seems like we've always said there's 10,000 people living here, right?
Right.
Which there weren't when we first moved here, of course.
But I mean, there's not that much. It's still a small town.
Yeah, it is. I served on the city council for 4 years. And
How was that?
yeah, it was. Yeah, how was that?
How was that?
Actually, I don't want to get a little. I'm in enough political problems. The political things kind of changed up there on me.
So you think it's going to turn to more tourism?
Yeah, well, that's all they got,
Yeah.
and they better just hang on.
But I don't think there's anything that's more beautiful than this place. I know Megan lives in Atascadero, and every weekend she's taking pictures of Morro Bay.
I come over here.
And I know I come here at least once a week. So this is Alaskan king crab?
This is Alaskan king crab. Yep.
Oh my
And then there is a cluster of the Dungeness crab here, the local crab.
Oh, okay.
So I just wanted to throw it on the plate. Typically, when you order the king
Where's
crab
it at?
here,
Oh, that right
That's
there.
a Dungeness.
Okay.
so it's not going to come with it, but I just wanted to.
But it could come with it.
Oh, okay.
Well, we
So
can
you
do
can.
anything. We can do anything, but I just
Yeah.
wanted to show the different kind of crabs that we had, so I threw the Dungeness cluster on.
So
there
a
with
little
the
bit
king
of
crab.
work, that one.
That one will have some work.
These
to it.
crab legs are about the biggest crab legs. And there's another thing we do, just a little bit different than other people. Because of king crab, most restaurants will serve like a pound. We go the extra mile.
Sorry.
We got 2 pounds in our order.
It's cooked to
Yeah, here it is.
perfection, So it's
It
great.
almost serves 4 people, but that's an order for one person.
Really?
Yeah.
No, that's 4
That's
people.
right.
What's that?
This is a Rabble winery. It's a tooth and nail rosé.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, nice and refreshing.
The big castle on the hill.
Goes along good with any kind of seafood. Yeah.
In terms of flavor profiles, there's such a nice distinction between the Dungeness and a king crab. It's just like it's a really
Yeah, I've
good
almost got an
choice.
idea here. I'm looking at it and
I know,
thinking,
it's
you know
like
what?
So does anybody ever eat the potato? It looks delicious. I normally eat potatoes, but
Oh,
no.
well, they put a baked potato because, you know, there's some restaurants left, but we're one of the few left that serve baked potatoes. Now, if you notice, they have gone away.
They have.
I
and
did notice that.
It used to make me
Yes.
crazy that you couldn't get one before 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
And I was like, I would forever say,
Right.
why? Now, it's like, why can't I have a baked potato?
Nothing but Alaska halibut when it's fresh.
Do you go up to Alaska
Then we
and
got
catch it?
secret places to get it. We got secret places to get it when they're not in season. We also do encrusted halibut. With,
Oh, the macadamia nuts. I saw that.
Oh, I love
yeah.
that.
It's one of our best sellers.
That's
bet.
That's killer.
I'm so full, but it's so good.
I'm not full.
Bring it on down. Bring it on.
All right.
I think you seasoned it really well. You honor the protein as far as like you don't interrupt the flavors that are the natural flavors of the fish, and what you do to it just accentuates it,
Yeah,
and it
right.
just makes it so wonderful. I know you can't have any more.
Yeah.
I know. I'm just like,
So
That's the
this-
secret of us cooking on the mesquite. The mesquite
Yeah.
gives us this special flavor.
so,
Yeah.
but yeah,
It comes off that mesquite broiler. The mesquite broiler just really makes a lot of fish taste wonderful.
And has that been part of the original restaurant, the broiler there?
My father-in-law come down to help me, and he got in an argument with me. He says, "No, we don't want a display that we're going to put it by a wall." So we went round and round and round. And he says, "Do you know what's going to cost to put that thing out?" I think it was something like $30,000. You realize what $30,000 was in 1980?
Oh my gosh.
And I says, "We gotta have it." And
Because
anyway,
you were the first open kitchen.
Yeah.
Now that's all the rage now.
Yeah. So we went round and round, and I won.
I don't
He
think
says,
you don't
"Okay."
lose often, do you?
Then he says, "Okay, I'm gonna do something here. I'm picking the carpet." He picked the ugliest carpet I've ever seen.
Well, you know about your restaurant though, because I've come here before I have a large family too. I have 5 boys and 2 girls, and we've come here before for family events. But it's really good food, but at a good cost
Yeah.
point too.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
think so.
I mean,
That's-
it's family friendly.
That's kind
which
of
is
where
nice.
we are. We serve top-notch food, and we don't really demand the big price for it. We really don't.
Well, and it's also very welcoming family. That was one
Right.
thing I said when it came in. You know, it's a nice restaurant. You got the most beautiful view, and you feel comfortable bringing, you know, all ages of your
Right.
family here.
I brought my
It's great.
grandkids here. They just came for ice cream. They heard, the cakes. They
Oh, the
heard about the
cakes.
cakes.
Oh, my
They
gosh.
worked all the way from grandpa down to
Oh,
grandkids. So
yeah.
we had to have the cakes.
There's a big argument between people. Who's got the best carrot cake? Or Taco Temple. And everybody, Taco Temple fans say, "We got the best one here."
But is it the same recipe?
It's made by the same chef.
That's awesome.
My guy makes it and takes it down to Jimmy.
Oh,
The
that-
only difference is Jimmy puts a different
Frosting.
frosting on them than we do.
Oh my.
Oh, no.
Oh
Here we
boy.
go.
Here we go.
Now the
boy.
good stuff.
All right. So the famous Gapco
Wow.
carrot cake,
Yeah.
known throughout the world. And then tell us
Yeah.
about this.
Yeah, that's the caramel mocha.
Caramel mocha.
They got a nice thick layer of caramel on the top, all homemade.
But we have how many of these?
Strawberry cheesecake, we got chocolate chip cheesecake, caramel mocha cheesecake, and we have blackberry. And that's just right now.
Is it all seasonal? You have like seasonal,
Yeah, whatever's in season.
cheesecake.
Sort of.
We get the berries and fruits delivered to us daily. And then the caramel mocha, that one's been such a top seller for us ever since we started it. We kept the ball rolling with it.
Yes.
People love it. We'll do like a mint and chip during Christmas time.
yeah.
We do a pumpkin for Halloween time.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love it that the plates are cold. The lettuce plates were cold too. Not many restaurants get that right anymore.
Right,
Yeah.
And
right.
it's like so integral to making the cake. Because otherwise it just starts to disintegrate as you're eating
or the
it.
whipped cream would have already been melted.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yes,
There you
this
go.
attention to
What, you
detail,
got-
that's
where you
really
got
nice.
that?
All right,
That's how we're gonna start. Should I
were you
dig
the
in?
carrot or she was the carrot?
I'm
Okay.
gonna do the carrot.
All right.
You know,
Okay.
since you want me to bust out a blackberry,
Yes.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, let's
do you
do
really
that.
think you have to ask that question?
I know, seriously.
Yeah.
Gary's
You don't
over
have
there
to
going,
ask if you
Gary's
bring
over
more
there going,
dessert.
What's our budget on
Yeah.
this?
Oh
We're gonna blow the whole
We're
budget
blowing
on
the whole
dessert.
budget on dessert.
Oh my
So would you say definitely save room for dessert?
Yes. We actually, I'm
Yeah.
telling you the truth on
Oh my
this.
gosh.
We have people comes in here and says, George, I admit we went to dinner somewhere else. Can we come in and have dessert?
Dessert? Okay.
No, we're serious when we say it's probably the best carrot cake in the world.
It's a very, it's
And I love that. Best carrot cake in the
Yeah.
world.
In the
Yeah,
world.
I don't know who's got a better one.
So this is blueberry,
Blackberry.
blackberry,
Berry.
and then
Oh.
a cheesecake. What is a cheesecake?
That's just a regular traditional cheesecake, homemade.
But it's dark.
Yeah, it's from the graham cracker crust, I believe.
Ah, I like that. I mean, I'm not questioning. I'm just, it's a
So
different
that's
color.
like a graham cracker crust. What's this other one?
This one is going to be an Oreo crumble.
Okay.
Yeah.
He has different crusts for things.
Holy
Okay.
I mean,
okay.
That's a good thing.
This might be one of the best cheesecakes I've ever had in my life.
me too.
This is
Wait a minute,
really
wait a minute.
extraordinary.
You made a small mistake there. You said one of the best.
Oh,
I noticed
I'm
that.
gonna get kicked out. I better be careful.
You're gonna go to be my taste bud with somebody. Say, like, these are my two taste buds. They're food experts, and you're a food expert. So next, I'm gonna take you to a small place that does one thing completely perfectly. So if I take you like a super, super spicy Mexican restaurant.
Might not taste it.
It probably burned my throat.
Okay, so George, will you go with me to another restaurant? Just say yes.
No guess.
Well, we can't eat anymore. We're completely stuffed, right? And she puts more berries.
Like, if you want to make sure.
It doesn't count.
Yeah, this is a
Whatever you
risk.
say, girl.
One thing that we didn't try, and that's our salmon.
The salmon we buy here doesn't have a blemish or anything on it. We were very selective about our salmon. We don't want to have a mark on it. This is a beautiful piece of salmon. I don't even care for a lot of salmon, but this salmon I love.
Salmon.
Thank you,
We
my dear.
sell a lot of it.
Thank you. Thank you for
Cheers.
so many years of wonderful food and joining us and sharing your kids and your restaurant and your wisdom with us. We really appreciate it. We hope
Oh,
you're here
boy,
for
I
50
wish
more
I could
years.
tell you my whole life story.
Are we ready? I'm totally ready. Just pour the wine and we want to.
We can't do it on camera.
Yeah. I want the R-rated version of it.
Yeah.
Everybody come to
So we go
Gapco.
going towards.
Say you saw it on Taste Buds. Eat like we did. That'll make George happy.
What's that?
Crab with extra crab, halibut, 3 desserts, lobster bisque, and
Ahi salad.
ahi salad.
Yum.
Right? If
Right.
everybody that walks in orders that, you'll be happy with me, right?
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing this episode with us. That was the best seafood I've had in a very long time. So make sure when you're in Morro Bay, you visit the Great American Fish Company. And when you're in Morro Bay, remember to put life on coast. Can you imagine going to the hospital? I get bit by a shark. Where? In the bar.
Not in the water, in a bar, hanging from the ceiling.
You want me to bust out a blackberry?
Yes.
Are you kidding? Do you really think you have to ask that question?
Okay, so George, will you go with me to another restaurant? Just say yes.
No guess. She just hit me in the ribs with her elbow.